so far. He caught that deep ball. He's shown his ability to make plays, but it seems like he's a more complete player than he was when he got.
Well, Kenny, he's doing a great job of, taking his game to that next level, understanding coverage, understanding how to attack defenders' leverage, different things like that. So he's trying to be a more polished receiver instead of just being able to rely on your talent ability, and your athletic ability to just run. So he's starting to understand the game of whenever to read coverage, how to attack, understand leverage, and things like that.
How many times has he kind of like surprised you with his own progress? Like you might give him an assignment, or you might say, hey, let's work on this, whether it was in the off season or during training camp, and you come back and he's worked on things. You're like, whoa, okay, you're making more progress than I was even thinking about.
Well, Kenny, his goal is to make it to the NFL. So he is a pro, and he wants to be a pro. So anytime I ask him to do anything, or anytime I would tell him to work on his craft, he goes out and do it. And that's what I love about him, because he always want to get better. The bar is set high in my room, and he understands that, and he just go out there and try to get better each and every day.
JJ, Eli talked about trust a couple of times. How have the receivers and Eli been able to earn that trust or gain that trust with each other so far?
Yes, Eli, those guys in the receiver room, they have a great relationship with each other. They hang out outside of football, that is huge. They come in my office and watch film, have film study in my room. So those guys have a great relationship, and that what helped them out to have success out there on the field, being able to trust each other. We talk about trust all the time. Trust that the O-line is going to block, trust that the wide receiver is going to get their depth and run the right route, and trust that the quarterback is going to throw it and put it on them. So that relationship that they have is a great bond, and they're going to continue to have that great relationship throughout going out the season.
That was a touchdown. It was his first target in a year, I believe.
Yes.
How did he keep himself engaged through the first two, 3-4 games?
Man, to be honest, I'm so happy for Dede. So proud of him as well. He never folded. He always stayed the same, continued to get better. The crazy thing is last week he had one of the best practice, doing a couple of the deep ball drills that we had. He had the best practice that he had all year. And it looks what happened whenever you have a great practice and you go out and do what you got to do and you get rewarded like that. So I tell him all the time, control what you can control, and the ball will come to you. So he was doing a heck of a job, having a great practice, and he did everything we asked him to do, to stack the defender, get on top, and play big and go catch a ball and score. So we happy for him, and it's going to be more coming to him.
What was your viewpoint on that? For us, it was like, oh, there's a flag, okay, and I was like, oh wait, he's got the ball. Like, were you surprised?
Well, we always tell them, the quarterbacks, just give us a chance. And I know if you left it in and gave him a chance, that Dede was gonna come down with it. Yeah, they was grabbing and everything, but one thing in my receiver room, I tell them, I don't care if the DB's holding you, grab you, we still got to make the play. We some game changers, so we got to change the game. So he did a good job, and he changed the game for us. So. I'm just happy for Dede, proud of him, and like I said, it's going to be more coming to him.
The last 2 weeks in the big drives at the end of the game, Konate has found a way to get open, make some big catches. Mm-hmm. Is it his route running, his instincts? Is he getting a feel and finding the open spots? I mean, what's allowed him to do that?
Well, Konate, he's a great route runner. He's always going to get his depth. He understands the leverage. He's understand, attacking defenders, where some of the younger receivers might not understand. But he just doing what he has to do all the time. Like, as a receiver, sometimes that ball can come to you, sometimes it's not. Sometimes you could be open, you did the right things, but sometimes you just didn't get the target. And just going in the end of the game, Konate is being a pro, doing the things we asked him to do, being detailed, and the ball just came to him. He made a play. So just tell them, just continue to doing the little things right, and just go out there and make your play when it's your time.
You guys been scrambling a lot, using his legs a bunch over these past 2 games. Do you guys have to practice, scramble drill, or getting open kind of off schedule?
Yes, we do. We do. Always, anytime, something like that. A lot of people playing a lot of drop coverages, and then sometimes you have to scramble. So we practice that. We preach that every day. We don't want our receivers just standing around after the play has already been called. No, we got to stand. We got to make a play because the whistle haven't been blown. I teach the guys all the time. Play between the whistles. So once that whistle blows when we start, all right, you don't stop until that whistle blows. So if we have to scramble, try to make plays, we got to scramble, make plays.
Is it just guys freestyling at that point? Or just have to kind of run around and find spots?
we have a connection with the quarterbacks of when to go deep, when to come back, when to go out, little things like that. But we tell them just find a hole to get open. Find a hole to get open if something happens like that. So we have different things that we do and we teach them, but some of the times they're going to find a way to get open.
Does the receiver have to have an internal clock of like you're running your route, where is there a certain point where like, okay, I got to see what's going on back there? It doesn't seem like the ball came out yet.
Yeah, once we know the timing, once you get to your breaking point and you realize the ball is not there, then now you're like, oh shoot, what's going on? Then once you see quarterback scramble, move around, now that gets me triggering, all right, the next phase, I got to get in scramble drill mode. So it's always a process to it. So once I get out my breaking route, I notice the ball is not there, now I got to scramble, make a play.
What's it been like seeing Poppy, take a step into this program and be such a reliable target as well?
Poppy, I know people gonna say he's small, but he's a tough joker. He loves football. He's passionate. He always gonna work hard, and you notice he got great ball skills. So a lot of those catches, a lot of people couldn't make those catches, and that's one thing about Poppy, man. He always gonna rise to the occasion, and he always gonna make the plays. And I'm just excited to see what's next in store for this season with him.
He didn't play last season. Can you see his hunger in trying to play the game this year?
Oh yeah, you could tell he's passionate about it. He want to play. He want to get in. He got something to prove, which we all have something to prove. I have something to prove. I was a FCS coach, and now I'm a Power 4 coach. So we all have something to prove, and he's trying to prove it as well.
I think for all the things your offense has done, overall, third down has maybe been an issue where you haven't been as productive as you'd like. I think 5 third down conversions in the last 2 games. What have you guys as coaches seen from third down in these last couple games?
The biggest thing is the attention of detail, just understanding the alignment, the assignment, understanding that, third down is going to get a little exotic from the defense. They're going to show maybe they blitz, and maybe they're going to show like they're not blitzing and then add in. So just attention to detail, understanding your pre-snap read could change from your post-snap read, different things like that. And then all we got to do is worry about ourselves and execute. We'll be fine on third downs.
This specific matchup against Penn State, is there anything specific that you're looking for that you maybe wouldn't have necessarily gotten to try out in a matchup like West Virginia?
Well, I'm just looking for it to be a great game. Those guys over there at Youngstown, they're going to come in here ready to play. They have something to prove as well. A lot of those guys is, FCS players, so they feel like they can play on this Power 4 level. So they're going to come on in and have a chip on their shoulder as well. So we got to continue to keep our energy high and keep matching our intensity and go out there and prove that why we're a Power 4. So because they're going to come in ready to play as well. So, but I'm excited for it. I'm just excited, ready to get ready to play.
What strikes you about their secondary?
Oh, well, with their secondary, I tell my guys all the time, watch their leverage, watch how they playing on certain down and distance. I like for us to be able to watch and see who's your matchup, different numbers going in and out. I know they had a couple injuries and different things like that, and they got different guys playing different places, but we still going to be ready, and we're going to understand they might play a little bit different than how they play some other teams, but we just got to be ready for whether they play how they usually play or they play us different. So that's what I've been preaching to my guys with that.
Does your FCS background kind of change how you look at this game?
I did not hear you.
Does your FCS background change how you look at this game?
No, I'm always going to be the same. I'm always going to come every day to work, ready to play, get better. Don't matter if I'm at Power 4 or if I'm an FCS coach. And in the game, I'm always going to be the same way. So I attack every day the same, regardless of what level I'm at. So, yeah, that's how I am.